The offensive coordinator with a bunch of
Troopers come on the field, and the cat runs into the end zone. That is a touchdown.
here,
and we are live with Ryan Rockwell of the Ohio Northern Polar Bears. We're live with Dr. Rockner. Thank you so much for having me. With Nicholas Cordell, former high school football player. Live with Mr. Tom Nader of the, what's the newspaper again?
The Record Courier.
Record Courier, yes. Dave Patterson, former football player. When did you play football?
From 1976 to, I graduated in 76, so I played in high school and then 2 years in college. So,
from its conception in the Ivy League schools of old to the present-day powerhouse of entertainment it has become, American football has undergone numerous changes through the years. One can argue the game goes through just as many changes in the modern era as it once did when pioneers like Paul Brown, Jim Brown, and Sammy Baugh were in their prime.
looked at how we played the game. There were not nearly as many personal foul penalties. There was no being ejected for targeting. There's no such thing as targeting. As a matter of fact, that was considered a good hit. And in the 70s, and if you had a concussion, they gave you some home subs and sent you back in.
It's never football's not a safe game, so that there's some inherent risk as that goes on. But I think what they've done some pretty magical things with what the helmet is now. However, I think the biggest safety thing is really some of the rule changes and training changes on tackling, even the tackling changes of things, and how much hitting actually gets done.
Any bad injuries you ever have to face?
Luckily, I had a bad high ankle sprain my very first year, a little bit of tendonitis in the knee over the course of time.
Ran up and I stopped, and the guy blew the whistle, but this guy just kept running right at me, and he just put his shoulder to me and knocked me completely on my back. He was a way bigger dude than me too. This wasn't when I wasn't even slot receiver. I was just a wide receiver on the right, and he hit me hard, put me on my back. That one, my ears rang a little bit. But
the past 15 years have seen a plethora of rule changes aimed at upholding player safety in the NFL. In 2006, it became illegal to grab the inside collar of a player for a tackle or to horse collar the player. In 2009, the special teams rules were changed so that 3 or more players cannot form a wedge to block for the return man. Helmet-to-helmet collisions have been abolished since 2010. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell handed out the first suspension to that rule in a 2011 game after Steelers player James Harrison hit Browns quarterback Colt McCoy. That same year, the NFL also changed the kickoff location from 30 to the 35-yard line and disallowed a running head start for the kicking team. Both of those were an attempt to make a kickoff a safer play. In the past couple of years, the defenseless player protections have been expanded upon. As of 2017, the protection was extended to wide receivers running a route. In addition, 2019 saw the elimination of the blindside block. And all of these recently implemented rules, as well as numerous protections specifically for the quarterback, has made the game safer than ever before. Yet as the NFL strives to continue to provide top-notch entertainment while protecting their key stars from short careers, has it all been for the better? Rules involving safety around the league and NFL and college as well.
I know, NFL, you see it every week. Some of the flags are just people are have stopped watching just because they don't enjoy that. But I mean, safety's come a long way though. We've gotten new helmets and stuff.
yeah, I think a lot of those changes are really in the infancy stage, and I think even 5 to 10 years from now, you'll see some of those rules evolve in the sense of, I think they kind of, to lead with the helmet, I mean, obviously it makes sense. Don't use your weapon or your helmet as a weapon. I mean, I think all of that kind of makes sense to us.
Most important question. When do you think the Browns will make it to the Super Bowl?
2 years.
2 years. All right, I like it.
I have two boys. They're 4 and 6 years old. You know, I'm hoping before they go to college, they can at least see some playoff action from the Browns. But
Got to ask everybody I interview, when do you think the Cleveland Browns will finally make it to the Super Bowl?
Well, I used to always hear my grandpa say that, it probably wouldn't happen in his lifetime. He's now 85, so there's still a chance, I guess. For me, I still feel like they're probably 5 years away. Start losing again, being the old Browns. Well,